list of areas of expertise that gives you a very, very clear indication of what Manafort thinks his representation needs are right now. Manafort's legal team will apparently now be led by an attorney who spent years as a president. His name is Kevin Downing. He spent years as a prosecutor in the tax division at the Justice Department. Look at the list of his areas of practices. His areas of practice include the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, tax fraud, violations of the Bank Secrecy Act, mortgage fraud, tax shelter litigation, illegal cross-border banking, and congressional investigations. It's like if you created a doll out of spare parts specifically to answer all of Paul Manafort's potential legal concerns. I should also mention that he's a certified CPA, which seems smart. Paul Manafort's new legal team will also include one other prominent lawyer. Do you know the name Clair George? That's not the lawyer, but that's an important part of understanding who the lawyer is. Clair is very rarely a man's first name, but in this case, it is. Clair George is famous for a decades-long swashbuckling James Bond career at the CIA. But what Clair George is most famous for is the way his career ended. Clair George, in 1992, became the first ever senior CIA official to be convicted of felony offenses for crimes he committed while he was serving in his position at CIA. Clair George was the third-ranking official at the CIA. He was deputy director of operations when he was charged with multiple felony counts in conjunction with the Iran-Contra affair. Ultimately, Clair George was convicted of perjury and lying to Congress in December 1992. And here's the kind of aha moment about that history in Clair George and what's going on right now. Clair George was convicted in federal court in 1992 on December 9th. His tenure as a convicted felon, however, lasted only 15 days. Because on December 24th, that same year, 15 days after he was convicted, on Christmas Eve, then President George H.W. Bush pardoned him. And the lawyer who represented Clair George through that, who saw him through being the highest-ranking senior CIA official ever convicted of federal crimes for his actions as a CIA officer, but then immediately got him pardoned by the president, that lawyer who saw him through that process is named Richard Hybe, and he will be the other tentpole holding up Paul Manafort's new legal team. Pardons. The investigative reporter who broke this new news about the kind of legal trouble Paul Manafort and the Trump campaign chair is facing, that investigative reporter is going to join us live in studio here next.
Wow. Hi, Uncle Clair. We were there, and we're proud of you. And I remember it so well being with you on December 24th. At the theater. We'll keep in touch.